Okay, so let's get back to our artwork from last week. Before we start applying colors inside our artwork, I want you to think about what we learned just now, which is analogous colors, complementary colors, and monochromatic colors. These are some of the color families that you want to apply into your artwork for today. So the first one that we're going to try is analogous colors. Analogous colors are basically colors of the same family. They are next to each other on the color wheel. For example, green is next to yellow and blue is next to green. So blue, green, yellow can be considered an analogous colors. They are from the same family. Now then go back to your drawing and look at some of the common colors that you have used last week. I have a lot of oranges, I have a lot of blue, I have some black, I have some green, but it's mostly blue and orange and yellow. So now I'm gonna pick one main color. I'm gonna pick blue. So once you have picked the color blue or any color that you have chosen, then you want to think about what are the colors that are next to blue. So on the color wheel, I know that purple is next to blue. I could blend blue with dark blue. Blue is also next to green, and I already have green here, so that's great. So I will choose blue, purple, and green for my overall painting. So let's take those colors out first. You can also use white or black. Actually, you know what? I think I would just go with these colors. I don't want to have purple inside because I don't really have purple inside here anyway. So I'll just go with these colors. And of course I can mix different kind of tones, different kind of shades. First technique that we're going to experiment with is called watercolor. Basically what watercolor is that it's basically just watery paint. There's a paint called watercolor. If you don't have it, you can just use your regular poster color. Just put a little bit inside and add a lot of water. I'm gonna mix my own my own shade to produce something like a turquoise. Again, you can mix any kind of colors you want, okay? You don't have to follow what I do. I'm mixing a lot of water to make it like a watercolor. Then I'm gonna just brush on where I want the colors to go. Really, I have no plan to this. I'm just doing what my hand wants me to do. You might notice that when you brush on certain areas, if you have used like markers that are not waterproof, it might bleed a little bit, but that's okay because right now we are just layering on the first layer. And then you might notice that if you have used crayons, my watercolor does not cover it because oil and water does not mix. I might even go ahead and paint inside. And I think I don't want to cover this part. I'll just leave it there. Now if your paint is still wet, you can actually put another color and blend it. It will fade off slowly. This is the magic of watercolor. They have that ability to do this. Guide it a little bit if your paint is already dry. I'm gonna mix a bit of white with my blue for this area. Oh, sorry, for that area. Again, remember to add a lot of water. Into something like this. Again, it's okay if the paint is covering some of the pencil marks or the marker marks. It's okay, this is abstract, you just have to like improvise later on and add more new marks. At this point, I want to remind you to only use analogous colors. So don't use any colors that are opposite of the colors. Even when painting, you don't actually have to follow the contained area. You can actually just paint out and make it random, which I'm gonna do. Then I'll also blend a little bit different color inside. If you're doing this on normal A4 paper, it might be too wet actually. So you might want to lessen the water. See, it looks kind of nice, right? Just now when the paint was still wet, I added green and now it's kind of like swimming around, mixing with the dark blue. Kind of like that kind of effect. It's very random, very natural. This part I'm gonna plan to leave it white, just like how I did with this. And I'm gonna have a bit of black with dark blue. Be careful when you're using black. Black is a very strong color. If you add a bit too much, you're gonna turn your paint black as well. So be careful when you're adding black. Okay, so I'm done with the first layer of colors. I intentionally left this part and this part white and also this part so I can put a bit of complementary colors, meaning contrasting colors. I'm going to let this dry for a bit before I proceed to the next layer of colors to add more details.